It's fascinating to think about the future of water,
Oh, absolutely.
especially with all the challenges we're facing. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into how humans have tackled this whole water thing,
Right.
from ancient ingenuity to the mind-blowing solutions that are emerging right now.
Yeah, it's incredible to think that access to clean water has shaped civilizations for millennia.
Yeah,
And we often focus on the modern solutions,
right.
but the reality is that our ancestors were incredibly innovative
hmm
when it came to water.
Okay, so let's unpack this historical journey.
Okay.
I'm already picturing like those iconic Roman aqueducts,
Yeah,
a testament to their engineering prowess.
absolutely.
But even before that, ancient civilizations were mastering like rain harvesting techniques.
Yeah, those early rain harvesting systems, they really laid the foundation for what we see today.
Right.
But what's remarkable is how these ancient concepts have evolved.
Okay.
Take those qanats, for example.
The claw knots, yeah.
These underground channels developed in the Middle East,
Mm-hmm.
essentially they were tapping into groundwater
Oh, wow.
and transporting it over long distances,
Yeah.
all using gravity.
It's like they were harnessing nature's own infrastructure.
Exactly.
So how do these ancient systems connect to the rain harvesting we see today?
That's a great question.
It feels like we've gone from clay pots to these high-tech systems.
Yeah, think of it as like building upon those fundamental principles,
Right.
but with modern technology amplifying their effectiveness.
Okay.
Today's rain harvesting involves advanced filtration.
Okay.
Imagine collecting rainwater from your roof
Yeah.
and having it go through a system that removes contaminants,
Mm-hmm.
making it safe to drink.
So you're telling me I could potentially have a self-sufficient,
Absolutely.
sustainable water source right on top of my house?
Exactly. And it's not just about collecting the water.
Right.
It's about using it wisely.
Okay.
Smart monitoring systems
Yeah.
are becoming increasingly sophisticated.
Okay.
They can track water levels in your tank, analyze usage patterns in your home, and even detect leaks.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
Especially with the rising water costs these days.
absolutely. And this not only saves you money on your water bill, but it also helps conserve this precious resource.
Right.
And some systems take it a step further with automated distribution.
Oh, wow.
Imagine your collected rainwater being automatically used for things like watering your garden or flushing toilets,
Okay.
while your drinking water comes from a separate purified source.
So we're not just talking about a backup water supply here.
No,
We're talking about like a fully integrated system
right,
that optimizes every drop.
exactly,
And I think the seeds of this were planted like thousands of years ago.
precisely. Speaking of groundbreaking innovations,
Yeah.
let's talk about a technology that's revolutionizing how we think about water access.
Okay.
Atmospheric water generation.
This is where we start making water out of thin air, right?
Yeah, you got it.
This sounds almost magical.
It kind of is.
But how does that actually work?
Well, it's based on a natural process we all know,
Okay.
condensation.
Right.
Think about those tiny water droplets that form on a cold glass of water on a humid day.
I've seen that, yeah.
Atmospheric water generation essentially replicates this process
Okay.
on a larger scale.
So how do they capture those droplets
Good question.
and turn them into something we can actually use?
So it starts by drawing air into the system using powerful fans.
Right.
Then this air is passed through a cooling chamber where it encounters cold surfaces,
Right.
causing the moisture in the air to condense into water droplets.
So we've got these water droplets forming,
Yeah.
but I'm guessing there's more to it
There is, yeah.
before I can pour myself a glass of water.
You got it. This condensed water then goes through multiple stages of filtration,
Okay.
ensuring it's free from impurities.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the really cool part. They add back essential mineral,
Oh, wow.
like calcium and magnesium,
Okay.
resulting in clean, mineral-rich drinking water.
It's like having your own personal spring
Exactly.
right in your home.
Yeah, but wouldn't that require a lot of energy
I was just thinking
to
that.
constantly cool and filter the air?
Yeah.
That's a valid question,
Is that a concern?
and one we'll definitely delve into later.
Okay.
But for now,
Yeah.
let's stick with how remarkable this technology is.
Right.
It's not tied to traditional water sources,
Okay.
meaning we're not drawing from potentially depleted groundwater
Yeah.
or relying on rainfall.
Right.
It's like tapping into an unlimited supply.
That's mind-blowing. It feels like we're entering a new era of water independence.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hooked. Let's dive deeper into the advantages of this technology.
All right.
especially for someone like me who's always looking for sustainable solutions.
I'm happy to explain. What's fascinating here is that unlike traditional methods that rely on finite resources, atmospheric water generation taps into the endless water cycle.
Mm-hmm.
We're essentially harvesting water from the air, not taking it from anywhere.
Yeah. So we've established that atmospheric water generation is sustainable.
Right.
And it taps into an unlimited resource, which is amazing.
It is.
But I'm curious, what are the practical implications? Can this technology truly address, like, global water challenges?
Well, what's exciting is that atmospheric water generation isn't limited by location.
Okay.
Think about remote communities
Right.
or disaster-stricken areas
Yeah.
where access to clean water is a major issue.
Yeah.
These systems can be deployed almost anywhere with sufficient humidity,
Wow.
providing a lifeline in emergencies,
Okay.
or bringing clean water to places that have never had reliable access.
We're talking about a solution that's both sustainable and mobile.
Yeah.
It feels like something out of a futuristic relief effort, bringing clean water to those who need it most.
Absolutely.
But what about scalability?
Ah,
Can it go beyond individual homes or small communities?
absolutely. That's another key advantage of this technology.
Okay.
It's incredibly scalable, meaning we can tailor it to different needs.
Okay.
There are small, compact units designed for single households, but also industrial-sized systems capable of providing water for entire factories
Wow.
or even large communities.
That's remarkable. It sounds like atmospheric water generation has the potential to reshape how we think about water infrastructure.
Yeah.
But you mentioned earlier that energy consumption is a concern.
Right.
Can you elaborate on that?
You're right. One of the main challenges with this technology is the energy required to power those fans and cooling systems.
Yeah.
However, researchers are constantly working on making these systems more efficient.
Okay.
Some are exploring ways to reduce the energy needed for cooling, while others are looking at integrating renewable energy sources like solar power.
So the ideal scenario would be an atmospheric water generator that's powered entirely by the sun, essentially creating water out of thin air with minimal environmental impact.
Yeah.
Are we getting close to that?
We're definitely moving in that direction.
Okay.
There's a lot of exciting research happening in this area.
Right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if solar-powered atmospheric water generators become commonplace in the near future.
That's a future I can definitely get behind.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
Earlier you mentioned that these systems also add minerals back into the water.
Right.
Can you explain why that's important
Yeah.
and what that process looks like?
You see, when water is condensed from the air, it's essentially pure H2O,
Okay.
lacking the essential minerals our bodies need. So during the filtration process, these systems add back minerals like calcium and magnesium.
So it's not just about making water, it's about making water that's healthy and beneficial.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like we're moving beyond simply quenching our thirst to creating personalized water that caters to our individual needs.
That's exactly where this technology is headed.
Wow.
Imagine being able to tailor the mineral composition of your water based on your specific dietary needs or health goals.
Okay.
It's like having a custom-made mineral supplement,
Right.
but in the form of your everyday drinking water.
Now that's what I call taking hydration to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got efficient cooling systems on the horizon
Right.
and personalized mineral blends.
Yeah.
What other advancements are shaping the future of atmospheric water generation?
One area that I find particularly fascinating is the integration of this technology with smart home systems.
Smart homes, okay.
As our homes become increasingly connected,
Yeah.
it only makes sense to incorporate water generation into that ecosystem.
So you're saying that one day our homes could not only generate their own water,
Yes.
but also manage that water usage in a really intelligent way.
Right.
Tell me more.
Imagine a system that knows your family's water consumption patterns
Okay.
and automatically adjusts production to meet those needs. It could alert you to any leaks or inefficiencies,
Right.
and even integrate with other smart devices in your home, like your sprinkler system or washing machine.
It would be like having a water-wise AI assistant, making sure every drop is used responsibly.
Exactly.
I can see this being a huge game changer in terms of conservation,
Yeah,
especially as we face increasing water stress in many parts of the world.
exactly. It's about creating a closed-loop system
Right.
where water is not only generated sustainably, but also used efficiently.
Okay.
But there's one more crucial area of development I want to highlight:
Okay.
air filtration.
That makes sense if we're generating water from the air. the quality of that air must be a factor, right?
Yeah.
Especially in urban areas with higher levels of pollution.
Precisely. Researchers are developing advanced air filtration systems,
Okay.
specifically designed for atmospheric water generators.
Okay.
These systems can remove pollutants, allergens, and even viruses from the air before it's used to create drinking water.
So even in places with significant air pollution,
Yeah.
people could still have access to clean, safe drinking water generated right in their homes.
Yeah.
It feels like we're tackling two major problems.
Exactly.
Like one solution.
That's the beauty of this technology.
Yeah.
It's not just about addressing water scarcity.
Right.
It's also about ensuring access to clean, healthy water, regardless of environmental challenges.
Yeah.
And as these advancements continue to evolve, I believe we're on the cusp of a major paradigm shift in how we think about water.
This is all incredibly exciting, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's take a moment to appreciate how far we've come.
Okay.
We started by looking at ancient water systems
Right.
and how they've evolved over time.
Yeah.
Then we explored modern rain harvesting techniques with their smart monitoring and automated distribution. And now we're talking about creating water out of thin air.
It is amazing.
It's mind-blowing.
It is. And we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. In our next segment, we'll explore the potential societal and economic impacts of widespread atmospheric water generation.
Oh, okay. It's amazing to think that just a few decades ago, the idea of pulling water from the air was pure science fiction.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about it becoming a mainstream solution
I know. It's pretty amazing.
to global water challenges.
It is remarkable how quickly this technology is evolving.
Yeah,
And as we've discussed, it's not just about the technical advancements,
right.
but the potential ripple effects
Yeah.
across society and the economy.
Okay, so let's dive into those ripple effects.
Okay.
If atmospheric water generation becomes as common as owning a refrigerator,
Right.
what kind of shifts might we see?
Wow.
I'm especially interested in the impact on those communities
Yeah.
that have historically struggled with water access.
One of the most significant impacts could be on global water equity.
Okay.
Imagine a world where every village, every household, has the ability to generate their own clean water supply.
Wow.
Independent of unreliable rainfall or contaminated sources.
Yeah.
It could be a game changer for millions,
Yeah.
particularly in developing nations.
It's like we're talking about democratizing access to clean water,
Absolutely.
a fundamental human right
Yeah,
that's been denied to so many for far too long.
for sure.
It's an incredibly empowering thought.
It is.
But it's not just about developing nations, right?
Oh, you're right.
We're seeing increasing water stress even in developed countries.
Think about regions experiencing severe droughts or facing water restrictions due to overpopulation or climate change.
Yeah, true.
Atmospheric water generation could offer a buffer against these challenges,
Okay.
increasing resilience and reducing reliance on strained traditional water sources.
So instead of fighting over dwindling water supplies,
Exactly.
we could be creating our own, ensuring everyone has enough. That's a powerful shift in perspective.
It is.
But what about the economic side of things?
Yeah.
I imagine this technology could disrupt entire industries.
There's no doubt that widespread adoption would have major economic implications.
Right.
The demand for bottled water could plummet
Yeah.
as people gain access to clean, safe water right in their homes. We could see reduction in plastic waste
Okay.
and the energy associated with bottling and transportation.
Yeah.
And of course, entirely new markets would emerge,
Right.
creating jobs in the manufacturing, installation, and maintenance of these systems.
It's fascinating to think about the potential economic ripple effects.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about a new product.
No.
We're talking about a paradigm shift
Right.
in how we think about and manage water.
Exactly.
It's like the early days of the internet
Yeah, for sure.
or the smartphone revolution,
Right.
where innovation creates entirely new sectors and opportunities.
It's an exciting time to be witnessing this transformation.
Yeah,
But like any major shift,
right.
there will be challenges.
Okay.
We need to consider the potential for job displacement in traditional water industries,
Yeah.
as well as the ethical implications of this technology.
Okay.
Ensuring equitable access
Right.
and responsible use.
Those are crucial points. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of innovation.
Absolutely.
But we need to approach this thoughtfully
Yeah,
and ensure that the benefits are shared by all.
for sure.
We need to think about retraining programs for those whose jobs might be affected
Absolutely.
and policies that guarantee fair access to this technology.
You've hit the nail on the head. We can't simply assume that technology alone will solve all our problems.
Right.
It's up to us to guide its development and implementation in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm left with a sense of hope.
Yeah.
And a call to action. We've explored incredible advancements in water technology.
It's amazing.
From ancient ingenuity to the mind-blowing concept of atmospheric water generation.
Yeah.
We've seen how this technology has the potential to solve some of the world's most pressing water challenges.
It does.
But it's not a magic bullet.
Well said. It's up to all of us to stay informed, engage in these crucial conversations.
Yeah.
And advocate for responsible and equitable implementation of these innovations.
Right.
The future of water is ultimately in our hands.
And that's a powerful thought to leave our listeners with.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of water technology.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.